In this module, we'll turn secure by design mandates into action. You'll design a lightweight product security program, choose AppSec tools that actually help developers, and define metrics that prove progress. So secure by design becomes routine work, not a special project. Secure by design isn't a checklist. It's a loop that runs through your entire product lifecycle. It starts with inputs, mandates from CISA, the UK, and the EU, along with customer and market pressures. Those inputs are often high level, and they change more slowly than your software. The crucial step is the engine in the middle, a way to translate those external requirements into concrete standards, playbooks, and guardrails that engineers can actually build against. On the other side, you see outputs, secure defaults baked into architectures, configurations, pipelines, and documentation. Incidents and metrics then feed back into the loop, updating standards and priorities. The goal is straightforward: convert time spent reading regulations into secure, shippable reality. When you operationalize secure by design, structure matters as much as tooling. A fully centralized security team provides strong governance and consistent standards, but it quickly becomes a bottleneck. Every decision and review queues behind the same small group, and the business experiences security as slow. A fully embedded model flips that. Security sits within each squad, which is great for context and speed, but you risk fragmentation, different practices, uneven quality, and unclear ownership. The scalable pattern is a hybrid. A central center of excellence defines standards, patterns, and guardrails, while security champions in each squad apply them locally. Together, they give you scalability, alignment, and a credible story for regulators and customers. To make secure by design real, you need a system, not a collection of ad hoc controls. Picture your product security posture resting on 4 pillars. Standards and patterns define what good looks like: secure coding rules, crypto choices, and reusable authentication and authorization patterns. Reviews and assurance check whether reality matches those standards through threat modeling, design reviews, and penetration testing, with clear risk sign-offs. Education and enablement keep it sustainable. Training, office hours, and security champions who translate guidance into daily decisions. Finally, tooling and platforms bake security into pipelines and infrastructure through integrations, secure defaults, and safety nets. If any pillar is weak, the whole structure becomes unstable, noisy, fragile, or giving you false confidence. Secure by design mandates also expect you to prove that every code change passes through an automated safety net. Think of 3 complementary scanners wrapped around your pipeline. Static analysis inspects source code as soon as it's committed, catching insecure patterns before they ever run. Software composition analysis focuses on dependencies, vulnerable libraries, licensing issues, and SBOM creation for transparency. Dynamic analysis exercises the running application, looking for real, exploitable behavior. Your strategy is to shift left so these checks run at commit and build, make them frictionless by integrating into IDEs and CI, and encode policy, so builds automatically fail when high-risk findings appear. Secure by design doesn't stop at application code. Regulators expect you to control the entire platform stack. At the infrastructure layer, scan Terraform and Kubernetes manifests before anything ships. Catch insecure defaults, like public storage buckets or overprivileged roles, early so they never reach production. Then treat container images as products. Continuously scan them for CVEs and only allow pre-approved hardened golden images into your registries. The behavioral goal is to make the secure path the easiest path. When developers simply pick a golden image and a standard template, they inherit strong controls automatically. This is how platform engineering becomes a secure by default engine that satisfies CISA, UK, and EU expectations at scale. Secure by design only becomes real for regulators and customers when you can prove it. That proof starts as messy raw data: scanner findings, logs, JIRA tickets, and test results. Governance turns this noise into consistent evidence. First, standardize. Normalize severities and statuses, so a high means the same thing everywhere. Then map that normalized data to frameworks like ISO 27001, SOC2, NIST, and specific CISA and EU expectations. Now you can show not just activity, but coverage against mandates. Automating this pipeline produces dashboards, attestations, and traceable records on demand, fuel for audits, customer due diligence, and executive reporting, without spreadsheet-driven heroics. To show regulators and leadership that secure by design is working, you need two families of metrics: risk reduction and adoption. Risk reduction is about velocity. Track how fast you burn down real risk. Mean time to remediate critical issues, the age of your open vulnerabilities, and how consistently you meet remediation SLAs. The trend should move down and to the right. Adoption is about prevention. Measure leading indicators: the percentage of systems with threat models, how many workloads run on secure golden paths, and coverage of software composition or SBOM processes. The mindset shift is simple. Don't just count bugs. Measure the speed of the fix and the adoption of the cure. Secure by design ultimately lives or dies on culture. Think of product delivery and security enablement as two tightly meshed gears. Speed and trust driving each other, not fighting each other. This starts with shared roadmaps. Security requirements are treated as normal backlog items, estimated, prioritized, and traded off like any other work, not dropped in as last-minute emergencies. Next, you create golden paths. Secure reference architectures, pipelines, and templates that are faster to use than inventing something insecure from scratch. And you invest in security champions inside squads to translate mandates into daily decisions. The real objective is to make the secure path the path of least resistance for every team. Think of secure by design as a journey you run in 3 passes, not a one-off project. First, define the foundation. Decide how your product security function will work, write lightweight standards, and get basic SAST and SCA running on your most critical repositories. That gives you consistent guardrails. Next, implement through automation. Wire these checks into CI/CD in blocking mode, use golden images and infrastructure as code scanning, and grow security champions inside teams so practices stick. Finally, measure and optimize. Reduce tool noise, automate evidence collection for customers and regulators, and track metrics like mean time to remediate and adoption rates. Run this cycle per product line, and you'll build sustainable compliance with CISA, UK, and EU expectations, while keeping products shippable and secure by design.